They made some plays for you tonight, eh, Coach?
Yeah, they, again, a little bit different from last night. They made the run. We knew they were going to make a run. Our guys bounced back, hung in there, took the blow and absorbed it, and came out and competed. New York's a heck of an offensive team, man. And, when you have Carmelo Anthony as good as he is, a great offensive player, you have to be on high alert. And also, when Tony Douglas gets it going, you have 2 3-point weapons.
You seem to be much more composed in the last 6 minutes of a close game than you have been. Just growing pains? Like they're just learning how?
The thing about it is we talked about that going in tonight, Doug. We had at halftime, they're going to make a run. We got to keep a composure, make the easy plays. We still had 18 turnovers. That's just way too many turnovers. Great win for us, but we got to learn from it and cut down on the turnovers.
Andrea made the big bucket and the 3 free throws in the last minute. That's the kind of thing you need from him.
It really is, and he's logging a lot of minutes, Doug, and I thought he was tired. He ran the floor really well. He's really giving it to us on the defensive end, coming over, tagging, challenging shots. So not only is he giving it to us offensively, now defensively. So he's got to maintain that stamina to do it on both ends, and that's what he's doing. And I thought he disappeared a little bit offensively, but when we needed it, he stepped up.
Did you take Jose out at all in the second half?
Yeah, there toward the end. Yeah, he logged some big minutes, and that's where we missed Jared. AC was ready. He came in and did a good job for us. Hit those 2 big free throws, got a big rebound. But Jose really has done a good job of running the show for us and controlling the tempo.
You weren't getting a lot of production out of your 3 spot, but Rasul really stepped up in some big-time spots tonight.
Double Rasul Butler is what we're going to start calling him, but that was big for us. He did a good job on the boards, 10 rebounds, 13 points. Did a good job defensively, and he really was solid. And James Johnson did a good job in the first half before he got in foul trouble.
Coach, can you talk about some of the little things you did tonight, screening better, cutting harder, especially on the offensive end when you had to execute?
When they started blitzing us, trapping us, being more physical with us, we cut harder, we were stronger, we were mentally strong in those situations. That's where we got to develop and continue to do that and do it for four quarters.
Those 2 possessions late with Bargnani, were you surprised they continued to switch on him out there, or kind of backfired on him a little bit?
Well, I don't know if it backfired. I mean, we were successful with it, Ken. We tried to take it lower, where when they did switch, we were in low post position with a smaller guy on him, so we were setting the screens lower. So it worked out. I mean, it's not ideal, but Andrea, that's one thing he's done. He's learned how to play against switches, and that's the same thing Dirk went through. And so I was talking to him about that when we were using some of the same sets we used for Dirk against switches.
You made progress on each of the nights of this trip, but how much did you have to get some reward, or how much did the guys need a reward?
Important. To be rewarded with the win was important, Mike. I think that was huge. Guys see their we work hard. Shoot-arounds are practices. The guys have given it to us. We have to treat shoot-around with young legs, young team as a practice. So, we've been doing double duties, and they needed to be rewarded because they have concentrated. We held a good offensive team to 35%, and that's good to see and come out with a W. 35% not worth a crap if you don't get the W. So it's a good growing. Again, I'm not too excited on W's. It's a process, and we still have a ways to go.
Coach, can you talk about Jamal's minutes? He was rebounding for you well tonight. Did a nice job defensively.
He did. Big Cat has been doing a good job for us. He's solid. He's tough in the paint. He's not doing, he's making solid plays, and he's doing a good job for us. Most of all, he's a great leader, enthusiastic. He knows the tempo. He knows big game situations. So he's continually talking to guys, explaining to guys what's going on and what's about to happen, and that's huge.
What's the difference in DeMar's jumper this year?
Well, it's better. As much he's worked at it. He's done a good job of working. He worked hard this summer with the shooting coach in L.A., and he's young. DeMar's 21. The sky's the limit for him, and talk to him all the time about make sure he knows what his goals are, who he wants to be, what type of player he wants to be, and you're gonna have to work at it to earn it. Nobody's going to give it to you just because you're in a dunk contest, and he has done that. He's put in the time. He's worked hard at it. He's worked hard at a game tempo. That's one difference in his shot. He's, not only just coming out and shooting, he's worked at a game tempo, which is huge.
You saw the numbers last year. Did you think you'd be able to use him as a shooter this year or no?
Oh, I was hoping, I was praying, but no, but he has put in the time. And like I tell guys, you're allowed to shoot the shot. If I see you work on it in practice and after hours at nighttime when they come back, you're allowed to shoot it in the game. And he's done that. He's put in the hours, after hours shooting with Eric Hughes, and has done a good job of working at, the main thing, working at a game tempo.